Good morning, preschool. How are you this morning? How is everyone feeling? I heard that the weather was supposed to be beautiful and sunny again today, so hopefully we will be able to raise our spirits and go outside and have a whole lot of fun. So why don't we get started this morning? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Big breath in. And let it out nice and slowly, putting on that school body. Good job. And one more big breath in. And let it out nice and slowly, putting on that school body. Our ears are open for listening. Our eyes are open for looking and learning. Good job. And one more big breath in. And let it out nice and slowly, putting on that school body. Oh, my hand is over my heart. What is in there? You're right. Love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and faithfulness and gentleness and, you got it, self-control. And who put all those things in there? Ah, you're right again. Good. Ah, but it's so full. I don't think it can stay. It's coming out. It's coming out all over you. It's coming out all over me. It's coming out all over our home. So that must mean what? You're right. Let's let God know. Ready? God, you are welcome here. And if you're not from God, you have to go where? That's right. Out the door now. Whew. Feels so much better in here when God is in our hearts and in our homes, right? So let's tell him good morning. Are you ready to say our prayer this morning? Good. Here we go. Got your hands folded? Are you thinking about God and all the great things he does for us? I hope so. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Woo! I don't know about you, but that sure fills me up with a whole lot of, you're right, joy. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. Is that it? Oh, you're right. I've got the love of Jesus down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I've got the love of Jesus down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. Yay, God, thank you so much. And if we're super happy, then maybe we should do some, you're right, rejoicing. Are you ready? This is the day that the Lord has made, I will rejoice and be glad in it, This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Yay! Thank you, God. Thank you so much. Now, I have a feeling that God would like us to know something, Because yesterday we talked about doing good deeds, good things secretly. And if we do them secretly, we don't need people on earth here to tell us thank you, because we know that God was watching what we were doing and that we were doing what was making him happy. But do you think that God just leaves us out there without any tools, without any ways to make people feel better and feel happy? Does he just say, you should just go do kind things, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it? No, of course not. God always gives us everything we need. He provides us with all our needs. And so if you have a special mission that you need to accomplish, he's going to help you with that. So our story this morning is going to be talking about that. Do you remember our friend Punchinello? And we read about how the stars and the dots and the stickers that the other Weemics put on him just wouldn't stay when he knew that Eli, his maker, loved him very much. Well, we're going to continue on with Punchinello and his story. And this is called Your Special Gift. And it's by Max Lucado. I bet that means he is you're right, the author. And we know that author writes the story, author writes the story, author writes the story. That's why he came first. So let's open up our pages here. And here we go. Oh, I've came to this special page right here. Do you know what this is? You're right. Oh, you're so smart. Good work. This is the title page of Your Special Gift. And then it says David Wenzel. Now we know that Max Lucado was the author. Who would David Wenzel be? Ah, you're right. Good job. He is the illustrator, which means illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, illustrators illustrate, which means he made the pictures. Good job. And there's our friend, Punchinello. Good morning, Punchinello. We can't wait to hear your story. Now, Punchinello stepped out of his little house, looked at the bright orange sunrise, and listened to the singing birds and smiled. Ah, what a great day, Eli, he shouted to his maker. Eli looked up and waved. His house sat on the highest hill, but not so high that he couldn't hear and see the wooden people that he had made, the Weemics. Consider it my gift, my friend, he replied, and entered his workshop. Punchinello noticed a bright red package in his mailbox. My, what is this? Someone brought me a present. He unwrapped it. A hammer! I love hammers. But who gave it to me? He looked up and he looked down his street, but he saw no one. Just like secret good deeds we did yesterday? Is someone doing secret good deeds for Punchinello? Oh, I can't wait to find out more. Now, not far away in another small house, Lucia, Punchinello's friend, who was asking the same question. Who gave me such a nice gift? She wondered as she lifted the lid off the box she found outside her front door. A paintbrush and a palette of paint. I love to paint. But who knew? Splint and Woody lived down the road from Lucia. They found their gifts at the foot of their beds. Wow, thanks, Woody, Splint exclaimed. I didn't give it to you, Woody replied. Did you give this to me? He held up a green box with a yellow ribbon. No, but let's open our presents. Sewing stuff! Woody held up a needle and thread. I love to sew. Splint was just as excited. A guitar! I know how to play one of these. Who do you suppose brought these gifts to us? And why? Woody added. Splint and Woody weren't the only curious Weemics. Hans, the baker, announced to his wife, Look, a new spoon! Violet, the florist, found a beautiful vase on her doorstep. Even the mayor and his wife discovered gifts. "Look, a bucket and brush," the mayor beamed. "I love to clean things." "Why, then, when I was a little wee-mick—" "Oh, not me," his wife said. "I don't like to clean anything. That gift definitely must be for you." "And this one must be for you," replied the mayor as he reached further into the box. "A book." "A storybook for little Weemix! What fun! Who gave us these gifts?" asked his wife. "I don't know," replied the mayor, looking out his second-floor window to the street below. "But I see some little Weemix who could use a story." The mayor and his wife looked down at a very tired Wemmick family. The mother and father were leaning against the wagon. Their 3 children, looking cold and sad, sat in the back. By the time the mayor and his wife reached the street, other Wemmicks were already with the family. Punch, Lucia, Splint, and Woody had brought their gifts to the village, hoping to find the giver. But when they saw the wagon, they dropped their presents in a pile and forgot all about them. "Oh, what happened?" Lucia asked the family. "Oh, everything has gone wrong," the father explained. "Our wagon wheel broke when we crossed the bridge. When the wheel broke, the wagon tilted and our clothes fell into the river and washed away. The rain soaked our food. We are tired and hungry and dirty." "Where are you going?" "We came from far away to see Eli," the mother answered. "But I don't think we'll make it, so tired and so hungry." Her voice trailed off and her head hung low. For a few moments no one spoke. No one knew what to say. But Punchinello had an idea. He turned to his friends and announced, "Hey, we can help this family to see Eli." Yeah, they agreed. And every Wemmick ran to work on the broken wheel. Splint and Woody tried to yank it off, but it wouldn't budge. "Here, let me get it," demanded Hans, the baker. But when he pulled, the wheel broke into 2 pieces. "Oh, now you've done it," said the mayor. "Let me take over." But when he lifted the wheel, it fell apart. "This isn't working," Punchinello thought, but he didn't know what to do. "Oh, we are so cold and hungry," the mother moaned. "I have clothes," Hans yelled, running toward his house. "I know how to cook," shouted the mayor's wife, which caused the mayor to look at her. "Well, I did cook," she told him, hurrying away. "Once, a long time ago." Okay. Well, maybe I helped someone else cook, but I can try." But she didn't know how to cook, and she returned with burned bread and cold soup. And Hans brought clothes, but not clothes the family could use. They were cut to fit his short, square body. "Oh, this isn't working," Punch said to himself again. But he didn't know what to do. Neither did anyone else. The family still shivered, and their tummies still growled. What's worse, the Wemicks began to argue with each other. "Your food's not fit to eat," Splint told the mayor's wife. "And your wheel is no good for rolling," she replied. When Lucia chuckled, Splint yelled at her, "And you haven't helped at all." "Well, I don't know what to do." "Oh, none of us do," said Punchinello. "That's our problem." He flopped down on a box and plopped his chin in his hands. "Something isn't right." Everyone grew quiet. "You bet it's not right," agreed Lucia. "But what do we do?" Punch lifted his head and smiled. "Hey, I know. Let's go ask Eli." Everyone liked that idea, so together they walked up the hill to Eli's workshop. Punchinello knocked on the big wooden door. Eli opened it, wearing his apron and warm smile. "Hello, friends." He sat down on the bench. "How can I help you?" And they told him about the family of travelers, and they described the broken wheel, and Eli nodded. "I know." And when they told their maker about the lost clothing and ruined food, he nodded again. "I know." "They're coming to see you, Eli," Lucia added. "I know," he smiled. "You know? You knew about the wheel and the food and the clothing?" "I did." "You knew they were coming to see you?" He nodded again. Lucia looked at Punch, and Punch looked at the others, and they all looked at Eli and asked, "Then why didn't you help them?" "I did." The Weemics were puzzled. "You did? How did you help them?" "Well, I sent you." "Us?" "You. I led them through the village so you could help them." And for a moment no one spoke. And finally Punchinello said, "That's our problem, Eli. We want to help, but don't know how. The wheel is still broken, and the travelers are still cold, and the food is still bad." Even the mayor's wife nodded. "Sounds to me like everyone is doing something, and no one is doing the right thing," Eli explained. "What?" Splint and Woody asked. "Try this," Eli smiled. "Each of you do most what you do the best." The villagers pondered his words. Do the most what you do best. Yes, do the most what you do best, Eli repeated. "You have gifts, don't you?" And for a moment no one spoke. Then Punchinello remembered. "I do! I have the hammer! And I have a guitar!" Splint piped up. "Someone gave me a needle and thread," Woody added. One by one the Weemics announced their gifts until Lucia realized, "Did you give those to us, Eli?" The maker nodded and smiled. "Use the gifts I gave you. Don't try to use a gift you don't have. Just do the most what you do best." Feeling much better, they returned to the village and walked straight to the pile of gifts. Punchinello took his hammer, looked at the wagon, and said, "I can repair the wheel with this." Splint took his needle and thread. "Time for me to make some clothes." Hans the baker cooked with his spoon, and the mayor cleaned the wagon with his brush, and Lucia decorated it with her paint. And after the baker fed the family and Splint finished sewing their new clothes, the mayor's wife read stories to the children and Woody sang them songs. Not for long, however. The family was so tired that they soon fell fast asleep. All the Weemics agreed to meet the next morning and take the travelers to Eli. As the sun rose, a group of happy Weemics led a wagon and the travelers up the hill. The birds sang and the Weemics smiled, and when they reached Eli's house, he was glad to see them. "Looks like you made some progress." "Ah, we sure did, Eli," Punchinello smiled. "Thank you for the gifts. Know anyone else who could use some help?" Do you think they're going to stop there? I don't think so either. I think they're going to keep using those gifts just like God would like us to. I know that you, each and every one of you, have very, very special gifts because I've seen them. And so don't forget, do what you do best because that's you. Good job, guys. Good listening. So my shape for today, of course, is what? A heart, because they were using their gifts to fill up their hearts, right? So see what you can do. See what you can make with a lot of hearts on it today. I know you could. So that'll be our shape to look for, or maybe just make today. Now, in our story, there are a lot of things that we could use some letters for. So here is our first letter this morning, and it is the letter G. And what is this picture of? You're right, it's a guitar. Guitar. And wasn't this one of the gifts in the story? Wait a minute. G, g, g. Gifts! Gifts start with the letter G. Just like guitar, gift also starts with the letter G. Now, if you remember yesterday, we were using those big C curves, right? So here is a big C curve. It comes around, stops, and then it goes straight up with a little line, and then it wants a hat. So if we're going to practice making these letters, what do we have to know? That's right. We start from the top, from the top, from the top, 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 from the top, from the top, from the top, 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 from the top, from the top, from the top, top, top. We start our letters from the top. Good job. And we have a big G, an uppercase G, and a little g, a lowercase g. They don't look a lot alike, do they? They are quite different. They both like to have tails, but they go in different directions. So this one you can use your little c, and then always come back to the top. Remember, to the top, and make a big line down and whee! Make that ski jump on the end. And that is the letter G. And one big curve stop. Go keep going up with a one line and put a hat on the top. Now you don't want the hat to be on one side. It has to be straight across for the letter G. And just like gifts and guitar. Awesome. But I wonder if there are any other swirly, quirly looking letters for the day. What is this? The letter S. Good job. This is the letter S because shh and secret gifts started with the letter S. And so does snow and snowballs and snowman and stop sign. Oh, stop sign. Do you remember stop sign? Do you see him? Can you see him up there, the stop sign? You don't by chance remember what shape a stop sign is? You're right, an octagon. Good remembering. I knew you could do it. Good job. Now, I always like the letter S because he's so sneaky. He sounds like a snake, and he even looks like a snake. His uppercase and his lowercase, they both look so much alike, and you start here. Now, we start him at the top, but he kind of is looking down. He stands up, and then we like to call it skis down the mountain. And ski, or if you prefer snowboarding, they both start with this beautiful letter S. So you start here at the top, but you curve him up just a little because you have to get up onto the slope, right? When you go skiing, when you go snowboarding, you kind of raise up off the chair and you go down the slope, right? And that's what you're going to do with this letter. You go up off the slope, wee down the mountain. If you went straight down the mountain, you would be going so fast and people would be like, ah, look out, look out, look out. You have to take your time and make curves, just like the letter S. You start here, up onto the slope, and curve one way and back to the other way. Same way with the little one, the lowercase. You start up onto the mountain and curve this way and back this way. So you go nice and controlled down the slope. Okay? Wait a minute. Slope. Slope even starts with the letter S. Awesome. Now, in our story, do you remember Woody and Splint had two jobs, right? One was going to play our guitar, and the other one was going to help. Do you remember? What was he going to make? They lost a whole bunch of what when the wagon tipped on the bridge. They lost their You're right. Good job. They lost their clothes. So he was going to help them make clothes again. And one of those things that hopefully that he could have to help him stay warm, to help the family stay warm, was a jacket. This is the letter. You're right. Good job. This is the letter J, and it starts j jacket. And so to start, yes, again, we're going to start it from the top. And this time he's going to go down straight line and a big ski jump. Put that little curve there on the end. Use your little curve when your big line runs out. It's like a ski jump, but then he needs his hat. And again, is his hat going to be over to one side? Oh no, it needs to be straight across. But when you have the little j or the lowercase, because remember this is the uppercase, the big J, this is the lowercase j, he's kind of the same, except he starts lower on the page. This is going to be one of those that's going to go down low to make his ski jump. And then instead of a hat, he just has a little dot on the top. So here's our big J and our little j, and that is for jacket. And one more letter this morning. When their food all got wet in the story, could you think of something that might have helped them to stay dry on their wagon? Can you think of anything that would start with the letter U? That's right, here's the letter U. And they probably could have used what? An umbrella. That's right, umbrella. And this is the letter U. And we started at the top. And this is kind of like the most ultimate, coolest Olympic-sized ski jump in the world. Because down you go straight line, whoosh around, and then your straight line goes back up. And it is a very fun letter to make because you get to go whoosh all the way back up. Instead of a little tail, it has to go all the way up and start at the very top again. And the nice thing about the lowercase u is it's very similar, except he's so little. He needs a little teeter-totter. He needs a kickstand so that he doesn't fall over. Oh my goodness. So instead of having this big U, this big ultimate ski jump, you come up here, give him up, and then come straight back down and give him a little kickstand so he can stand up straight. And this is the letter U, umbrella. I wonder if today you can find anything else that starts with the letter U, like unicorn. Oh, that would be exciting. All right, but to be able to work on making these letters and drawing hearts and making your fingers nice and strong, we're going to have to keep them wiggling. Do you have your fingers wiggling? Are they wiggling? Wiggle really hard, really, 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 really hard, really hard. Upside down, up to do, this way, that way. Keep going. Ah, are you ready? And it's 1 little, 2 little, 3 little bubbles, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little bubbles, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little bubbles, 10 little bubbles go pop, pop, pop. Can you pop them up to the ceiling? Pop, 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 pop. Pop them to the floor. Pop, 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 pop. Pop them back and forth. Pop, 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 pop. Good job. And play a little piano. Can you play piano upside down? Can you play piano on your shoulders? Can you play piano in a circle? Can you go the other way? Oh, you guys are the most awesome piano players, air piano players ever. Good work. Keep those fingers working. Keep them getting stronger. It's make life so much easier. Now, before we go today, did you remember what our color was this month? I don't even have it on. Do you remember what it was? You're right, it was the color purple. Here we've got it. Here is purple. And we're going to talk about where you could find purple in nature. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Do you see him? What a beautiful purple beetle. I wonder what he's thinking. He's probably thinking he'd like his breakfast, and on this page there are no green leaves, are there? All right. Ooh, look at this pretty purple starfish. Looking for purple. What things are purple? Well, you can look in nature. I see a sea star. Why is it purple? Well, it eats barnacles and then turns colors. Kind of makes me think of Pinkalicious when she ate all those cupcakes and she turned pink. Well, the starfish eats so many purple barnacles, he turns purple. I wonder if he ate a lot of spinach if he'd turn green. That would be a great experiment, wouldn't it? I see a snail. Why is it purple? So it can hide. It's hard to see in the water. Very smart thinking, snail. I see sand. Why is it purple? Well, the waves crash purple rocks and they turn into, you're right, sand. They just keep squishing and squishing and squishing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing together. It's a very big word that we talked about once. Do you remember it? It was a while ago. It was called erosion, where it takes big rocks and turns it into sand. I see a sea slug. Why is it purple? It's a warning. A sea slug. Ew, yuck, tastes bad. Ew. I see a cactus. Why is it purple? It turns color when it does not rain. So the more rain he gets, the more green he is, and the more dry he is, the more purple he is. I think it's been a while since he's seen the rain, poor guy. I see cabbage. Why is it purple? It has nutrients, and they are good for you, and they make it purple. Oh, I like to eat purple things. Can you think of anything else that's purple that you like to eat? Have you ever had a plum? Sometimes grapes come in the color purple. I think I need to go eat some breakfast. I see a beetle. Why is it purple? Shh, it's hiding. It has shiny skin and looks like dew to the other bugs. Ah, what a smart thing to do, bug. Way to keep yourself safe. Where do you see purple? Oh, wasn't I just talking about grapes? Yum. Oh, and look at this beautiful purple bird. I think his name is a martin. He's a purple martin. And look at all those beautiful shades of purple. Now, when we were talking about rainbows, back when we studied the letter R, and we talked about rainbows, and it was blue, indigo, and violet. But we were talking about how you could use the word purple to cover all of those. Now, here are the shades of purple. Here is violet, and lilac, and plum, and grape. They are all those different shades. So indigo and violet are parts and shapes of our rainbow and different shades of purple. So go out today and see what you can find that looks like the color purple. Have fun. I know you can do it. I've given you lots of fun and exciting things to think about today. So hopefully you will have a chance to go and practice your letters and practice finding shapes and practice finding purple and doing good deeds and kindnesses to everyone. All right, are you ready for our goodbye song? I hope so. Here we go. See you later, alligator. See you later, alligator. Bye bye, butterfly. Bye bye, butterfly. Give a hug, ladybug. Give a hug, ladybug. Be sweet, parakeet. Be sweet, parakeet. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. Blow a kiss, jellyfish. See you soon, raccoon. See you soon, raccoon. Take care, polar bear. Take care, polar bear. Out the door, dinosaur. Out the door, dinosaur. So long, King Kong. So long, King Kong. Bye bye, said the fly. Bye bye, said the fly. You have a super great day. And don't forget, Ephesians 4:32 says, be kind to one another. Mrs. Ryan loves you and misses you, but God loves you even more. Have a super great day, preschool. Bye.